Welcome back to Andertons Dad Blues TV, where Pete and I are trying out today. Oh man, you instantly looked cool.
French
now.
Connection.
French Connection, FC UK.
I think somebody's left them here. I don't know who it belongs to, but they're quite flat.
They're quite big.
Are they?
We'll
They're not
put them
as
on
big
again.
as my new glasses. Check this out.
Let's
Are they
be
bigger
fair.
than
Is
these?
this Pete is modelling the new Prue Leaf collection of beautiful glasses.
I like them.
You
man.
know, like Alan Carr now in camouflage.
I mean, you
like
can't
it.
see them. That's why I bought these, because you can't see when I'm wearing them.
Well, today we're looking at a couple of little guitar amplifiers from Fender, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe. This is called Mustang LTX. They did an LTX as a really little amplifier, borderline like a desktop amplifier.
little one.
And they've also got GT and GTX, which are sort of more expensive, more feature loaded kind of guitar amplifiers. LTX 50 and the LTX 100 are kind of priced to go up against the sort of a Boss Katana-y, Blackstar IDX, blah, 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 all those kind of good little amplifiers all around about the 300 quid mark. So feature-wise, actually this is quite interesting. Well, not interesting. It's not interesting at all.
This is really interesting. No.
I'm used to, when there's a 50 watt and a 100 watt amplifier, I'm used to the 100 having like a couple more features, but I've been through the specs and everything, and it's literally not. It's the same amplifier in a very slightly bigger cabinet with 100 watts, whereas this is in a slightly smaller cabinet with 50 watts. Other than that, all the features are the same. You kind of, I would suggest that you probably do want to use the app with
absolutely.
this. And the app, amazingly, is identical to the app that you had in the Micro Mustang Plus.
I think what
headphone amp.
they're going for is the same thing as Positive Grid is going for, so you're in the ecosystem.
Right, so we're looking at my...
No, but it looks the same. You're familiar with it. So if you
I
have
see
the
what you
Mustang, you
mean.
get this one and you look familiar, you know what you're doing, you don't have to learn something new. Because we don't want to learn new things, do we, people out there? No.
So,
Can't
you
be
know what,
asked.
I've got a new phone and I can't tell which light tells me I'm recording or isn't recording. So,
there's a little red light on the top,
Yeah, it's
right?
orange though now on the 17. I don't know if that means it's not recording or it is. I've got the app here. I would suggest, it's a free app obviously, it works on Android or iOS. I would strongly suggest if you're going to use this amplifier, just accept that it's much, much easier to kind of edit the presets.
You don't have
and stuff
to.
like
You
that.
can use the little knob, the little shiny knob here.
Feels a bit old-fashioned to be going through menus and things like that, and sort of, you know, trying to find your reverb thing and
But
blah.
it's there. If you don't,
True.
what if you don't have a phone? What if you're, hey man, what if you're like 13, 12 years old and you're not allowed to have a phone that has all of these apps on it?
This is true.
So,
It's
you know,
your
and you're
parents'
not going to
phone.
ask your parents for their phone. You can go, you don't need it necessarily. So if you are young and you don't have a mobile phone.
Anyway, look, this is what you get. So I'm actually the app
Got you.
take
Got you.
2 seconds to show you basically. So you load it up. You can see this like so what does this go up to? 50 more? Yeah, more. Goes up to 670.
670?
67. Oh God.
Stop it, 8-9.
And then there's a load of
8-9.
empty presets where you can store your own, and they've all got a name which gives you a bit of a vibe as to what it might be. And then you click on one and go, oh, that sounds good. 65 deluxe reverb.
Careful.
So you click on it, and then if you hit that little sort of pencil icon there, it takes you through to this screen, which shows you actually for this particular app, all I've got is an amp with a reverb pedal after it. So that wasn't the most exciting one. Let me find a different one that might have a bit more something on it. What does Britpop have? Let's have a little look.
It's the 67 amp.
Here you go. So another amp, but it's exactly a different amp with a different reverb, but the same. But so the idea being, where it says stomp and mod, if I hit stomp, I can chuck a pedal in front of it like that. I can tweak it by basically adjusting the knobs on the graphic. I can switch it on and off by hitting the button on it. And then I go back to this, what it looks like, right? So it's really, really simple to use. If I want to adjust the knobs on the amp, I hit the amp. If I want to adjust anything else, I just hit where I want to adjust, right? It couldn't get much simpler than that. So let's go through and try and sort of critique the sounds. So I'm in the
not bad.
50, or I was.
And let me just tune
It's
this
not very
guitar
in tune,
up.
is it?
Is there a tune on there?
There probably is. In-amp tuner is active, it says now, and indeed it is.
There you go.
So you don't get the tuner on the phone. You have to be able to see the
Well-
amp. Some other brands will put the tuner on the app, which is a little easier to see. Okay, so here's Driven Deluxe, and like I say, I can adjust any of the knobs by clicking in on here and turning it on and off like this. But this is what it sounds like.
Sorry, I had the volume down.
Sorry, I'm just fiddling with the knobs on here to see what they do.
I had the volume down because this knob is so easy to slide up and down in volume. So let me go.
It's really nice.
That sounds alright. That's alright.
Let's do the next preset, Stadium Lead. You might have noticed from the screen here, we don't have any pedals in front of the amplifier. It's a high gain clone of a sort of a boogie thing, and then we've got all the effects like those reverbs and delays afterwards. However, it's super, super easy. If I want to move them around, I just drag and drop to pop them wherever I want them to be. And you can do that on any of the presets. Let's go back to the list. Swirling echoes, I'm guessing, is a nice clean sound.
I've got a feeling we might get some extra in the room here. Wow, we're not getting that. That's amazing, isn't it?
So it's not coming out. That's a big
that's
stereo.
a nice. Sorry, I can play that.
I was
all
going to say,
day long.
just to essentially what Pete thought he could hear was the lapel mic picking up the amplifier and then bringing it back through
Yeah, I
our
could hear
studio
something,
monitors, but actually it's not. So it is just the big
shooting
spread
it.
of that sound. I mean, it's an open back cabinet, so maybe we're getting a little bit of reflection in the room.
Spreading
So it sounds
nicely.
good.
Spreading
Now,
nicely.
Metal 2000,
Oh,
Pete.
yes. Nothing wrong with that.
If I go to the amp page and I hit replace, you can see this will work, by the way, on an iPad as well as a phone if that's what you've got. So you can see all the different
Android.
amps. It's got loads of different amps. It's got bass amps, it's got acoustic amps, bunch of things. So let's go back to the preset list. I mean, look, bit of Jimi Hendrix, why not? I'm going to give you Lavender Rain because I know you love
Lavender Rain.
Why not?
Sounds good.
Why not? We had an acoustic guitar simulation now.
Oh.
So
It's Wonderwall.
no, that's not. You were about to play More Than Words, weren't you? And I feel like the two of us sitting on a stool now. If I was just better looking and called Gary, I'd have sung along with you.
Is he called Gary?
I'm pretty sure he's called Gary, isn't he? The singer in Extreme? A lot of shouldering.
He is now.
Shrugging. He is now, yeah.
He is now. And if you're watching this film, that was a good song, Gary. Good
Choose a
voice.
decade for your rock tone, Mr. Pete. 70s, 80s, or 90s?
Any. 70s.
70s. Boom. Smoke on the Water. You get the idea, right? So some of
pretty good,
these
that one.
presets are like a play on words of a song. So give you an idea that, you know, if
Like
you're
Lavender Rain.
all that kind of stuff.
That
Some of them are just descriptions of guitar amplifiers, so they're pretty easy to understand. Very, very easy to use.
Yeah.
What else can I tell you here? You can save your presets. You can share your presets in the cloud with other Fender Mustang users.
It's got headphones out and all of that stuff.
Use the USB output as an interface. You can stream music through it via
jam track.
Bluetooth. Because I haven't seen one of these on an amp for a while. It's even got a ye olde fashioned aux input. So if your music player doesn't have Bluetooth and you need to use a cable, you can do that. You've got a headphone socket on the front here, which you can use as well. What have I got here? Okay, I can adjust its output power. So on this amp, I can go from 50 watts down to half a watt.
Oh, that's clever.
And I'm sure you can do something similar on the 100. There you are. That's basically what it does.
There's not really much to say. It sounds good, man. It sounds, for what it is, it sounds fine. I've always liked this. I appreciate they put a 12-inch speaker in here and not a 10. Because it does give you a little bit bigger sound. I'm surprised with the bigness of that how big that was.
I sort of feel for an amp that came out in, I think, late summer 2025, I kind of feel it feels a bit like it 5 years ago. Like, I think it sounds fine. I'm used to brands bringing new product out and going, oh, here's a feature you haven't had before. Whereas this kind of feels...
What do you need? You need to make coffee?
Maybe.
Change the tyres on your car? What?
Like, so I'm putting this in the, it sounds fine. It's easy to use. The app's super easy to use. It's good value. It's got a great name on the front. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks like an old 70s amp.
But it's, for me, I think with this, all I can say is throw it in the mix. Look at all the other amps that you could buy for about 300 quid. Pick the one that you like. It doesn't, for me, have a standout, oh yeah, if you want to do that, this is the only one that does it.
What always stands out on these for me is the reverb and the clean Fender sounds. The reverb Fender does incredibly well, in my opinion. That spring plinky plonky reverb, they really nail that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the sounds. There's a optional extra 5-button foot switch that lets you recall presets and turn effects on and off within those presets. Yeah, it's quite expensive, it's about £100, but again, that's something that you may or may not want to add to this.
I don't mind it at all, man. I think it's a good little contender to...
It's exactly that. It's almost like, it's fine, but it's not like outstanding in anything, and it's not awful in anything either.
No, so, and it's not like the LT25 and those 50s, and they were a bit sort of, these ones sounds better, I think, much better.
Yeah, I can't, again, I'm going to get in trouble with Fender here. I can't see this knocking Katana off its perch.
But what has done? What has done?
Maybe Blackstar made a tiny bit of a dent, but even that, I still think it's gone back to just everyone just buys the Katana, don't they? Yeah,
it's up to consumers to choose what they want. There's so much choice.
Yeah, if you didn't see it, by the way, not that long ago, Pete and I did do a shootout of amps in this kind of price bracket.
Yeah, we should have used this actually.
They weren't. I don't think they were out. No, literally at when we first did it. But hey ho. I think if this had been in the mix, it would have been every preset would have been like, yeah, it sounds fine. Is it the best one? Maybe not. Is it the worst one? Probably not either. Sounds fine.
I like the look of them. This looks classic. It's got a classic thing to it. Super easy, it's light to carry around. I think it's loud enough as well to do a little rehearsal with.
It's got an effects loop and a balanced DI out. So it's got some kind of, maybe that's kind of pro kind of features. Look. There we go. Let's jam out again with maybe a heavier, rockier tone or something rather than bluesy. Prices. $299 for the 50, $379 for the 100. So super in the mix.
Right in the middle of all of that, isn't it?
Absolutely. Very competitively priced. There we are. Let's jam out with something a bit rockier. Links will be below if you want to find out more about these amplifiers or purchase one, which you can, of course, do from Andertons. Maybe go and watch some of the other videos that we've done where we sort of compare. There's so many good amps in this kind of price range now. And make a great decision for you. But there we are. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Pete.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
I love that guitar, by the way. How many of these amps could I buy if I just wanted...
you could buy this bit.
40 of these amps for one of these guitars. Anyway, right, let's go. Au revoir.